Okay, so for the people who have attending new over here or coming down for the first time, so let me open the screen. Okay, so to introduce myself, I'm Ravi here, having 18 plus years of SAP exclusive experience, and I have been working into from the initial coding to the customization, configuration, recruitment and training strategist in various advisory companies and having exposure in MM, SD, EWM, logistics implementation, support projects, consulting in multiple continents and multiple clients. So I have worked in oil and gas to automobile to pharma to implementations in steels. So various projects like which have been involved. So during my training, I'll be trying to share my business experience, my implementation experience, my interview experience, my project experience, all put together to make a good career. Whatever you need, I can give my best to see that you guys will be there in the industry. Okay, so to start the class itself, your implementation, what is the expectation in the market? So if you want to become an MM consultant, you should know how to implement, how to configure. But if you want to become, suppose if you're not good in these two, you can become a end user consultant. So support and maintenance projects mostly are there. If you are not that good in implementation, just go for support projects only. So we have many options in SAP. So where you're going to work on the supply chain companies. For example, from the farm till the customer. That means any retail business, any steel business. In steel business, instead of farm, there will be mine. There will be a mine. Okay. So then there will be a grading, and that grading will come through, from the mine through port. It will reach to the nearest processing or production area, and that production area will send it to the steel distributor, and he will sell the steel here instead of the confectionery product. They are going to sell the steels. Any business you take automobile, you generally will have auxiliary units. They will be sending you the components, you assemble, you sell the car, and the car is sold in the showroom. So any business, the real time business flow will be similar to this. So you have various companies which are going to implement, like manufacturing companies like a lift manufacturing company Johnson. It may be a pharma company like Apollo or Pfizer. So your Dr. Reddy's, your companies like Honda, or companies like Kawasaki, companies like Harley Davidson, companies like Royal Enfield, all are SAP companies. So the make to order with, is generally over here. Just in time is in car, because car manufacturing, you cannot manufacture the car without having the stock on time. So that is the reason we call it a JIT. That is just in time. So the engineering equipments, large size equipments, we generally produce by lot. Then pharma, we process through manufacturing. Bulbs, mass production. 10,000 bulbs you have to manufacture, or 1,000 bulbs. The power consumption is same, the manpower is same. So that is the reason we generally don't have the mass production, cannot be done in small quantities. The repetitive is, same computer, same laptop, only the internal motherboards will change. So we will go with the repetitive manufacturing, because the external computer body is same. That's why we call it as repetitive. So there are different tricks of this trade. So you're going to understand the MM with SD, MM with FI, MM with PP flow charts. I will be in the real time, I'll be discussing how the businesses are going to be handled. And you have my own notes given to you for plants, for organizations, for storage locations, for purchasing groups. So MM generally contains different modules like purchasing module, like you have inventory management, you have something called as MRP, material requirement planning. So you will be taught how to form the company's business structure and how to set up in the SAP system, how to map a non-IT business system into the SAP business system. So from the group to the codes to the purchase organization to the plans. So you will have interconnectability and interoperability. So you don't need to worry about how to do this, because if you want to create this company codes, I will simply, this is the same computer connection which you are going to, the SAP server connection you are going to have. So if you can see this SPRO, so you have reference IMG, you have enterprise structure, definition, assignment, definition, assignment. So when it comes to the assignment, you will have all the company code here, company here. Then we are going to discuss about the logistic general plant here. Then you have storage location here. There are various places here. We are going to discuss on all these areas. That means how to design this particular company code, okay, and how to make you understand the flow chart. So the flow chart would be basically from the customer backend to the vendor supply, from the customer background to the stores, to the finance. There are various things which in real time you need to run the business. And my suggestion would be a three-level learning plan. First, you go with concepts like what is supply chain management. We'll not start the class directly in SAP. We will first build your foundation. So that's what we do at GV. We generally do the conceptual foundation. We will teach you what is ERP. We'll teach you what is ECC. We'll teach you what is IDS. Even if you are coming with zero knowledge, don't worry about it. We are going to take care. What is make to start, what is make to order. Sometimes if you are slow, you can also continue in the next batch. You don't need to worry about it. So from the procure to pay to the order to cash, every single scenario will be explained to you, and the stock transport orders, vendor consignments, something like inter stock operability, subcontracting. There are many scenarios we have in SAP MM, so we are going to deal with that. Then display all existing data in the IDS practice demo system. So in this demo system, this is called IDS system. So IDS stands for International Demonstration and Evaluation System provided by SAP for the demo practice. Okay. So this demo system is generally provided for the demo practice, and it is purely for the enterprise resource planning software. So people who don't know what is this ERP is all about, so you need to have a some foundation on this. So your ERP is generally, it is about 5 M's. Okay. Your five M's will be part of your ERP. So what are those five M's? One M is machinery, one M is manpower, one M is material, one M is money, and management we have to do right money, right machine, right manpower, right material. So all these things should work. That's why we call it as five M's of management. So any ERP right now, in a there are many ERPs in the market, but SAP has a market share of more than 80%. 80 plus is what we generally have. The so generally the processes. So if you can see this picture, ERP means enterprise resource planning. Okay, see this picture. What happens in an ERP business is any software is like this. So you generally take small softwares like Tally, small softwares like MS Office. Something are the part you can manage those softwares, but you cannot automate it. But this SAP will help you to automate, to control, to check, to validate. There are many things are internally possible by this SAP ERP. So there are many other ERPs, but no one can beat SAP. SAP is 85% planning. Then see, if I have more stock and less market here, then I will end up with losses. I'll have less stock and more market, then also I'm losing a lot of money. So right market size, call the customers and have good inventory, accounts, maintain good accounts, then produce quality product and give some growth reporting. So ERP means combination of all these things. So you need to have a strong exposure of all these things. That's what SAP, every time I'm calling it as ERP, ERP, ERP because so ERP means all these things. So you will have many of these, images which will depict the, let me make it little big. So ERP modules, finance, production, HR, planning, inventory, CRM, sales and marketing, like this. Many areas like which you are going to. So we in we are mostly into material requirement planning and inventory management. But we will integrate this SAP is a pre-configured software. No coding is required. You as functional consultant because in my entire training, I will start with this particular terminologies. I'll give you these alphabets. What is ABC? What is third party? What is accounting? What is account receivable? What is actual cost? So the terminology I'll be sharing you with the entire for all consultants. This terminology I have built a notes for you guys. So you don't need to worry about how to work on these areas. Then, so if you see the entire process of this particular SAP as an ERP, so if you can see this, so you have various scenarios. In 1960s, the SAP ERP was only serving the manufacturing systems. In 1970s, it is MRP1, only MRP. Then it is manufacturing. It was material requirement planning. Then it is upgraded in 80s to manufacturing. Then enhancements of MRP2. So what it has done is it has extended their business. Then we have in 2000s we have gone to ERP and CRM with SOA architecture, service oriented architecture. So then in 2000s, they have come up with a NetWeaver web architecture because in 2000s, a lot of web services have been involved. But in 20s, now we are into cloud, AI, and ML involved with simplified for high performance analytical appliance. So right now we are in 2020s edition. So I will teach you how to work on purchasing, how to understand inventory, how to. So all these screens are self-built and you don't need to worry about how to calculate the tax because SAP system will automatically calculate the taxes. So this is for real-time business scenarios, how the business is going to be involved and what this ERP will give you. Integration, reduced cost, standardization. This is the main benefit of your integration related process. So many of these things, it will save time, money, and effort. All these things are very, very important. So the internet related stuff, the web stuff, the cloud stuff. So we have all these things which we will be helping you resume making. We'll be helping you in value addition activities. We'll be helping you in the project related aspects. So you will have an end-to-end exposure in the training module. So you don't need to worry about how to get trained or how to. So even if you are not having good basics, don't worry about it. So we are there to help you out in this particular stuff. So let me go back to my core presentation. The five M's of management. And here, small T codes are there in SAP, like MB00. If I type one single T code, if I remember, it will do 100 plus activities. I'll show you what is MB00. Here, this is the command prompt MB00. That's it. All inventory has opened. So I will open as slash n ME00. It will open all purchasing. See, not one. See how many T codes. All are here. You just remember one. You can do anything. You can request for a quotation, and creating transactions are also is going to be quite easy. So RFQ type is already there, and you give a quotation deadline as July 8th, and give some. They will give you these numbers automatically. Germany, I'm giving you purchasing group. So here you can see this overview. If I type this, call number, give one, column number, and validity start today and on date. So here I have entered certain details, and if there is a warranty, I will enter. If there is a salesperson name, I can add. So very simple things where we can click on overview, enter a material here. These material details uh, generally will be given to you, and what quantity, enter button. So please enter please enter delivery date later than the deadline. So quotation deadline, he wants me to increase. I have given the RFQ quantity. He wants me to decrease this. Delivery date later than deadline. This is the quotation deadline. Oh, so suppose if I'm giving the quotation deadline here as 8th, so he wants me to give a delivery date later than that. So I'm giving something called as 22. Click on save. So it will not allow you to do the mistakes. First maintain the vendor address. Here it is asking me to enter the vendor address. Here I have this, and I'm entering the vendor number because I know 1000 is an existing number. Then I have clicked on save. No problem. Can you see this RFQ created? With just 3 or 4 typing lines, I have created this RFQ. So that means I'm just showing you a sample. This is not a class related activity, but I am showing you to just go into the T code, create and request for quotation. Like that, you'll create a quotation. Like that, you can create a purchase order. You can create many things automatically because we will be teaching you the concepts, we'll be teaching you the analysis, we'll be teaching you the hands-on. All three concepts, analysis, hands-on. All these three things will be there. And to start the entire the PP the MM journey, that is material management journey, will be like this. Here the journey starts with this. I hope all of you are seeing my screen now. You're seeing my screen? Hello? You're seeing my screen? Hello?
Yeah,
Sir,
able to see.
Yeah. So purchase requisition to source determination from where that stock is coming, and all these things can be done in 5 minutes time. 5 minutes time, such a big flow chart, because every configuration is ready made, every process check is ready made, every validation is ready made. So if there are any changes for the client, you have to do. Remember, SAP is 80% ready made software. You only need to work on 20%. So that is the reason any graduate also is coming here and getting successful because, but yes, if you want to get a job in SAP, you should be very systematic and procedural in that. Without having business flowchart knowledge, simply coming to the class and practicing will not help. So you should have a very good analysis knowledge, very good business fundamentals, very good hands-on. So from the PO processing to monitoring to receipt, it will automatically check. Just now, when I've created an RFQ, you see this. It is saying that you did not enter the vendor's address. Please enter. It is saying your delivery deadline should be crossing the quotation deadline because I did not enter that. I forgot to enter. So the system immediately validated my entry and it has corrected me. So that means in SAP, any user, if he does mistake, system will not allow you to do the mistake. So from the determination till the payment, all the flowcharts are end-to-end controlled. So that's why we call it as procurement cycle. So here you will be having stock overview T codes, you will be having the inventory T codes. SAP is a collection of T codes and easy to manage things. So if I go to /n means new, it will take back to the base screen. This is called easy access. So as a functional consultant, you will be working only in two screens. One in this SAP menu, then open one more screen, that is go to tools, customizing, IMG, SPL. So this is going to be a quite an easy task to manage the show. You have two screens. One is IMG, other one is easy access. So you will be in the class. We are going to teach you both the things. One is the IMG part where the menu is. The other things we are going to teach you is how to understand the backend SPRO. So in the live system, you should not change until you don't understand the flow. Yeah. So that is the reason this implementation guide is only given to the consultants. It will not be given to users. Okay. So still now I I've been talking for all these 35 minutes. So, any questions you people have? So I'll be happy to make you guys little comfortable in understanding things. Any questions you can ask? Hello. Any questions from any of you?
Hello, sir. My name is Mohammad Nadeem.
Yeah, tell me, Nadim.
Yeah, I have completed my post graduation in finance, and I'm a
Okay.
fresher. So I
Okay.
want to know that what is the difference between SD and MM?
Ah,
The process is
SD
same.
SD is order to cash. That
Okay,
means query, quotation, sales order, delivery, and it is account receivable. This one
okay,
is mostly dealt with account payable.
okay.
This is the flow chart because we don't have purchasing in SD.
Yeah,
That is sales. After sales, you have to receive the money from the customer. So there also in the goods issue will be there. Receipt will not be there because SD
okay.
will issue the stock, right? Selling.
Yeah,
We are receiving the stock from the vendors.
okay,
So the major difference is that only. So you will have the vendor cycle is like this. Instead of vendor in SD, it will be customer. Instead of invoice, they'll have bill. Instead of vendor receiving the payment, here this arrow mark is the customer will send to your bank the money, isn't it?
yes,
Arrow mark is reverse. So in this invoice verification, here for the customer, you have to send a bill to him because he has after the payment bill will come here. Instead of GR,
okay,
there will be GI. Instead of PR, there will be SO. That is sales order.
okay,
That's the
sir.
yes. Any more? Anyone else have a question? Hello. Anyone else have a question? Hello. Yeah, you can ask questions. Not a problem. Hello. Hey, I'm waiting for questions if someone asks. So if you want to listen, it's better to ask questions also because it will be easy for you guys to whether you're able to understand or not is very important for me. Okay. Any more questions for guys who are there in
Uh,
this?
Total, how many types of implementations will be in SAP MM?
Or there'll be implementation will be something like blue field, green field, brown field. There'll be three types of implement.
Oh, okay.
Green field is fresh. Okay, brown field is extension. Blue field is enhancement. Right. And you have something else like rollouts. That is different again. You're rolling out from the core branches to the Southeast Asia, China, India. You're trying to extend it. That's called a rollout. You have upgrade is also there. Previous version to recent version. So these are the different options. Just sometimes you have EDI integration projects. Okay. So any more questions? Okay. So different master data we are going to deal in my classes. So I will be teaching you how to work with your vendor masters uh, integrated approach, the internal to external, and your general data, your purchasing data, your accounting data. So you need to understand how the vendor master is going to really work within your business, how it is going to integrate with your purchasing, and how the your entire flowchart from the PRs to contracts to agreements, how it is going to work. So we are going to deal with uh, a practical approach of understanding these things. And when it comes to the master data, material master data, so we will integrate to many things: inventory, sales related information, classification, forecast, the accounts. We integrate all these things, and this is a ready-made thing. I don't need to practically drag drop anything. This is a pre-built system. SAP, you remember, this is a pre-configured and pre-built system. So you don't need to, restructure the. But yes, you need to understand the concept of what is the configurable material, what is the non-valuated material. So we will first see the concepts, then we go inside. We should not create Metal Master without understanding what is a service product, what is a finished product. Because when I open the system here, MM01, so here I'll have many options. So if I want to create a service, I have to go for the DM. So then I have to select which particular industry it is. And I have to go with something like the name of the particular material. 10.5.10. So here, if you can see this, it is asking me to the for the service product, it is asking me to enter the purchasing. So enter some accounts, enter some MRP. So what do you want to enter here? So I have purchasing, I have forecasting. So then I will change this D into FERT, FERT, finished good. Then go to select views. So if you can find here, there is no purchasing view involved here because this is a finished product. You don't purchase it. But service, we purchase repair services from your repair the service partners. That is the reason they need the servicing part. They need forecasting for the finished product. This is very important. They need the sales view for this. So that's the reason the SAP has designed this software in such a way it is already predefined, pre-controlled. But then you should have a question: Why should they hire SAP MMSD FI people? Because they need daily business control. They need the process control. So there are many dynamic changes happening according to the supply and demand. Sometimes high demand in the market, sometimes no demand in the market. Both times SAP consultant has a big job to play, big role to play because he has to adjust the stock MRPs. He has to work with the business teams, the purchasing teams. He has to work with the supply chain teams. He has to work with the transportation teams. So for that reason, SAP is so strong in the market because it has fantastic uh, multi-module control. No other ERP can give you. So see how many departments are here. There may be 1,000 users. That means there may be 400 in MM department, 200 in sales departments, some 150 in production department, some 100 in plant maintenance, some 50 in quality. All people will see the same screen. All of us are going to do the work from one single interface. That means you will have a single sign on. to all the, but users will be different. But all of us, common goal, common database, common reporting system, and internal control is automated. So that is where you need to understand SAP as one of the biggest ERP only because of that kind of, because from past 50 plus years it has achieved enormous results in giving the control to companies, biggest companies in the world like Amazon, like Google, like Apple, so you Tesla, so they all are SpaceX, they all are SAP companies only because of the control, the World Trade Organizations, the FIFA World Cup, the Cricket World Cup. So you name it, they cannot escape from the SAP's world because of the multi-currency, multi-global environment, the EDI, the live business process results, what it can give dynamically. So it has multi-module. Not only this, technically they have business intelligence like BODS. They have CPI. They have BTP. There are many new things which SAP has come up with now. Business transformation platform. So which is now coming up on all the major integration aspects on S4 HANA. So SAP is continuously evolving, and SAP is greatly adding its resources and people. You'll never see something, there is no demand for guys, there is no demand for PP guys. You will always have market because older versions they have maintenance, newer versions they have implementations or upgrades. So you'll have continuous cycle of implementation going on. So when you get into the SAP's business stuff, you need to understand lot of new terminologies with us. You should understand what is this stock transport order. So that means internally I have two companies, one in Chennai, one in Vizag. So they both are going to talk to each other through this stock transport. We are not selling anything. We are transporting raw material from one place, and we are transporting the finished good from one place. So they are interrelated. So the receiving plant should create this order, the issuing plant should receive it, and that stock is moved to the transfer stock, we call it as, that will be moved to the storage location. Right. So you have such scenarios which you are going to work. We will also discuss about the version differences, like for example, S4 HANA, ECC, what are the major differences we are seeing in the market. And we are going to discuss about some very predominant concepts of what is internal procurement, what is external procurement, how you want to make the companies to implement this, and how to understand the business process. So as an consultant, we are going to discuss about the control data, master data, transaction data, daily business screens I'm going to discuss. And you will have fundamentally hundreds of screens which I'm going to uh, give you as material. I'll be giving you the notes. I'll be giving you the my prepared notes, lab manuals, textbooks. So how to understand them, how to, the more time you spend with us, the more better you are going to become a good consultant, right? So the ERP standardization, the inventory reduction process, the standard HR related aspects. So all these things we are going to make you understand on the formidable way to make you a big guy. But the more better you are going to do the hard work, the better we are going to help you. So if you go to the material stuff which you are going to which I'll be sharing you. So in very various books kind of things, or various so let me So you will have the functionality related manuals here. So I will be sharing you these kind of the manuals which are provided by SAP to us for all your practice purpose activities with P codes, with the flow charts. So this is one thing like ME54, ME55, what to do. So how do you release the purchase requisitions? So every transaction code list will be here. So these are some materials like which you are going to get, and you're also going to get some procurement basics. Excuse me. So fundamentals, some of the SAP's press books. So how you're going to handle the real-time live scenarios. Because basically, many of the consultants who start their work, if their fundamentals are bad, you are going to, struggle a lot in your activities. For example, if you don't know what is purchasing fully, including the requisitions, how to automate, how to set up the master data. So all these things you will be taught with the screen, still the payment process, the purchase order process, the GR process. So the source from where it comes, then go to PO, GR, invoice. Predominantly, MM is only in 4 steps, but you will be learning in these 2 months about how to work on this requisition, how this SAP is automated. If there are three vendors, how it is going to shortlist, how the quotation is going to explode to reject or purchase order process. So you will have the purchase order to multiple vendors or clients. So where you are going to send. So first we'll go with this concept, then we'll go and create in the system and see how the invoice is processed, how the payment programs will work. So what is this consumable material? So what do you mean by master record? So what do you mean by optimized purchasing? So these are, we'll be discussing about AKPFCO. So what is asset? How does account assignment objects are going to work? So what is a cost center? What is a project? What is an order? All these things are pretty important to handle. So from the stock materials to the consumer materials, consumable materials. That means because consumable is immediately consumed into your like maybe a gas, maybe an electricity, maybe some electrodes. So there are many things how you are going to directly consume. So sometimes we have master data, sometimes we don't have master data. Both cases I have to explain you. And many things you will have your materials, notes, books, textbooks. So all these things are pretty important for you guys to uh, make yourself a strong SAP consultant. So I see many people, they just come to the class, they don't practice well, or if they practice, they don't understand all these because suppose I give you press books, at least read for 1 hour a day, not more than 1 hour, just 1 hour. So this press book you can take a printout, or directly you can study it without having a printout. For inventory, you have to go to this TCM 52_1. You have after every topic, you have some exercises. So I want you guys to do this exercises at least for 30 minutes a day. So you need to do these exercises which are there, some questions which they have been asked after every topic. Here you have some, these questions like this. What is header? What is overview? So here there are some exercises. Create a purchase order. Use 1000. Use purchase group T00. Give company code. So just now I've created one PR with this M-01 10. The data is given to you. Simply you need to practice come back to me in the class and also ask about certain questions which you can in the class. So yeah, so I'm done with the preliminary presentation. Yeah, you have 5 minutes. You can ask some questions related to your career or the course. Hello. Any questions you're open to ask?
Yeah, sir, I have some questions, sir. Uh,
Go ahead.
sir, if the class is starting now, like
Uh,
which SAP version you are using to teach us? Because in this time, like 2025 version is
uh,
coming. So, which version are you using to teach us?
for HANA 2025.
2025. Okay,
That is the latest one.
yes, sir. That is the latest one. That's why I'm asking.
Yeah. Yeah. Anyone else have questions?
Sir,
Yes.
from when will we start these classes and how many months it will take to complete?
Take 2 months. Monday, we are starting a batch.
And timing, sir?
7 p.m. IST.
Only one timing is there.
Yeah. So you talk to them. Let us see if you have another slot. The morning it will be there. Morning before 9, because many people are working, right? So evening it will be possible for them to attend. It all depends. You can talk to the institute. They will tell you the time limits. Okay. Hello. I hope I have answered your question. Hello.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. You can talk to the institute. They will tell you the times. What are the other slots available?
Okay.
Yes. Any more questions? Okay. So this recording is available to you guys. You can again listen, and if you have any questions, you can always come back on Monday, and we can have a discussion. Okay. Good night, all of you guys.